Hi everyone, it's Marketing Coach Ken. Thank you for returning for this new video. So today we're going to go into part 14 of the Crazy Cash mail order system. This is not a video where we have a payment because we don't have any orders today. However, in this video I'm going to talk about an order that we do have on the way. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the story of the way that was set up. And I'm also going to talk about what the plans are for March, because now that we're starting to slow down a little bit with the sales, daily sales and that sort of thing, we want to put out some more flyers now. So since I've been taking in a whole bunch of money, it's time for me to take some of that money and put it back into the business so that I can get more advertising out there. So in this video, I'm going to talk about what the short plan is. And then also, after I go over a couple of those things in the beginning, we're going to take a look at the new postcard that we have available with the Crazy Cash program. Okay, that's going to be part of what we talk about in this video. So the first thing I want to say is that of the people that I've spoke to in the past few weeks, I have someone who received my flyer for the Fast mail order system, which is a $250 version of the Crazy Cash mail order system, right? $250. So he called me. He was interested in the program. He kind of wanted to ask a couple of questions just to see what was going on with the company at the time. And in that discussion that I had with him over the phone, I told him that the Crazy Cash mail order system had recently been introduced, which is kind of like a second version of the Fast mail order system that allows you to make $450 sales and keep $350 out of every sale. So when I told him that, he took an interest in it, and he said it was going to take him a little while to come up with the additional funds needed to join the Crazy Cash mail order system. But tomorrow, Wednesday, is supposed to be the day that he goes ahead and makes the payment to get started with the program. So one of the things I wanted to mention about this is that I have a unique situation. A lot of the clients that you're going to have in the Crazy Cash mail order system, depending on what your mailing list is, are going to be people that don't even use the internet. They don't watch YouTube or anything like that. They don't have email, those sort of things. Okay, some of them may, some of them don't. But anyway, the point is that a lot of people don't use. Actually, no. In this case, the situation was the person wants to get signed up for the program very fast. He wants everything to go through expedited because he's waited weeks just to get to this point to get the money to get in the program. So now that he's getting in, he wants to do everything as quickly as possible. So we're looking for the most economical way to do that. We don't want to spend money on FedEx. We don't want to spend money on express mail. So I wanted to bring to you in this video the way that I'm going to be receiving the next payment. So there's Western Union and there's Money Order. Most of you probably have heard of them before. You may have even used them once before in the past for any given reason. But I told him that he can go to his local Walmart and he can use MoneyGram to send me the $450 payment to join the program. So that's what we're going to do. So tomorrow he's going to actually go into his local Walmart. He's going to send the MoneyGram. I'm going to go ahead and receive the money that way. So I just thought I would share that information here to let you know that there are a couple of different alternative ways to receive payment for the program for somebody who wants to send you money right away. If they don't have Zelle, if they don't have Cash App, if they don't have Venmo or any of those online payment processing vendors, you can always go back to the old school method of using MoneyGram. I would say Western Union, but the fees for Western Union are just way too expensive. But MoneyGram is the legit way that you can get people to send you money fast if they're trying to do that instantly. All right. So that will do an update about that video. Another thing I wanted to touch on is that once things die down and things start to slow up a little bit with new customers coming on board, you want to make sure that you have a record of whoever the people are that you spoke to previously that said that they were interested in the program and that they might be joining at a near future date, like 2 weeks or 3 weeks or something like that. So if you have their phone number or text messages with them or something like that, or emails, you want to make sure that you follow up with an email at some point or a text message at some point later down the road to see how everything's going if they're coming on board. Now, that all depends on what your discussion is with that person, what they say that they were waiting for, what they needed. But I do have a couple of people who are still right now getting things in order to get involved with the program. And there's nothing that you can do about that. People will join the program when they're ready. People will join the program if they want to, right? It's not up to you to convince people to join the program. It really isn't, because at the end of the day, you can't convince someone to do something they don't want to do. So that's the good news, but you just have to keep that in mind. So the next thing is, now that we're moving into March, it's time for me to figure out what's going to be my new direction for March, because the two options I have is I can keep doing something that I've been previously doing, or I can implement something new into my marketing plan. So I'm not going to do a lot of online marketing right now, and I'm going to tell you the reason why. I feel like it's a little bit more direct. to buy names and addresses of people that you know are interested in these type of programs and business opportunities, it makes more sense for me to buy 1,000 names of those people and to send them some content in the mail than it is to just run some type of digital advertisement. And the reason is, at least when I pay money for 1,000 names, I know that these people at some point have a genuine interest in making money in direct mail. In my case, this is the list that I'm purchasing. So I decided that I'm going to go into this month with my new advertising, which is going to be through postcards, and I'm going to be doing what I did last month. The only difference is using postcards instead of flyers. Now, in the next coming video, I'm going to show you a little bit of the steps involved in setting up a campaign with the mail and flyers, because I have 500 in the other room that I've already folded and prepared. And tomorrow, according to my tracking from the Postal Service, I'm supposed to have a shipment arriving, which is going to be envelopes, 500 envelopes for me to stuff with those 500 flyers. So I have 500 flyers, 500 cover letters, I have 500 stamps, and the envelopes are coming tomorrow. When the envelopes get here, I'll open them up and I'll discuss a little bit why I chose to use the ones that I have, and we'll talk about the type of results that I'm seeing as a means of using those envelopes. But so for this month, I'm sending out 500 in envelopes, like I just said, and I'm also going to send out postcards. Now, I ordered 500 postcards directly from the admin at the Crazy Cash marketing system. So I wanted to show you here. This is like a little ad that's in-house for people who are members. And as you can see here, it says 10 times your Crazy Cash marketing campaign with our new Crazy Cash 6x9 postcard for 2023. This awesome postcard will get you sales fast. This postcard is converting big time. So we're going to put this to the test and see how it works. The reason why is because I know what's involved with setting up flyers and stuffing them in envelopes. And when I compare that to using a postcard, the difference is like night and day in terms of labor. So let's say you have a stack of postcards here. All you have to do to send them out is put a label on them with the name and address of where it's going to and a stamp, and that's it. You're done. You just keep doing that until you're finished. So this is the postcard. Some of you may have seen this video elsewhere. For other people, this is the first time seeing that we have a postcard here. So I wasn't really too interested in doing the postcards last month when they were available because I was still testing out the sales letters. But now that I know the sales letters are working, I want to add in something else. And the postcards seem like a perfect way to make progress from where I started, because now I'm probably expecting to increase my volume. And increasing my volume means that there's going to be more work involved. But if I use postcards, there's going to be the minimum amount of work involved if I use postcards to do this, which means that I can potentially reach a lot more people in a lot less time and labor in order to do that. So the postcards are on the way. When the postcards get here, I was told they'll take about 1 to 2 weeks to show up. When they get here, we'll do a video on that as well. And we will look at the postcard and we'll talk about if I like it and, what are the great things about it. But I do like the postcard. The flyer myself, I think, is really good. So basically the postcard is just a direct translation of the flyer put into a smaller format, and there's no envelope, and there's no real cover letter, right? There's just 2 sides that basically get straight to the point about what the program is. And for me personally, I think that there's more people out there that would appreciate this because they see how simple it is that they receive a postcard, and if they join the program, they know that basically all they need to do is turn around and do the exact same thing, which is somebody else print the postcard, and all they have to do is put a stamp on it and a label on it, and they mail it out. Okay, so I think this is going to be really good, and this is what we're doing next. So that's pretty much it. That's all I have for this video. The next one, like I said, tomorrow we're going to talk about a sale that I have incoming. I don't have any confirmation on any upcoming sales after that, but I will be checking the mail every day to see if anything shows up. But in the meantime, now it's time to get this new campaign on the way. So I've ordered my leads. I have my names and addresses coming. I have my postcards coming. Stamps I already have set up. So those are all the pieces that you need to do this. And this is what we will see happens for the month of March. So depending on when all my postcards show up, I can kind of estimate how soon that these will start being delivered into people's mailboxes. At this point now, I'm probably going to think that the 3rd week of March is probably going to be when we get close to that time frame where I would probably have the postcards mailed out and they'll start being delivered. So it's going to be on the later side of things, but that's because I didn't plan ahead with this. When it turned into March, I basically turned into March saying to myself, okay, now what's the strategy for March going to be? And it took me a few days to figure out what I wanted to do. If I had thought of this beforehand, I could have planned all this so that I could have been starting on this campaign on the 1st of March. But since I was basically just making sales, I was more so focusing on seeing how many sales are coming in and just making sure I complete all those orders and support anyone who came on board with anything that they needed to get all that stuff set up in the beginning. So that was just a quick update as to what's happening today. I will continue this video in the next one, most likely tomorrow, once I receive my envelopes, and we'll go on from there. Whenever I have another sale, we'll update that with another video. But for right now, it's all about getting some more of these advertisements out. And like I said, I'll show you the flyers tomorrow that I have already set when the envelopes get here. So that's it. Thanks for watching this video. Be sure to check me for the next one, and we'll see you in the next video.